The year is 2149 and Earth is looking nothing like the lush green planet it once was. It's a harsh yellow wasteland now, a result of decades of environmental damage and pollution. Life is on the brink, with the sun's deadly radiation forcing people to live in fortified shelters. One evening, Jim, an exhausted worker, arrives home and surprises his family with something extraordinary: an orange. In a world where fresh fruit is a distant memory, the sight of an orange leaves everyone stunned. Just as they're trying to grasp the moment, Jim's teenage daughter Maddie rushes in, panic-stricken. She's heard that the police are on their way. Despite being a cop himself, Jim is in serious trouble. The reason? Strict laws allow families to have only 2 children, but Jim and his wife Elizabeth have 3. Josh, Maddie, and the youngest, Zoe. The family scrambles to hide Zoe in a secret compartment. Moments later, officers storm the house and tear the place apart. Eventually, they find Zoe. Enraged, Jim fights back, but his actions land him in a 6-year prison sentence. 2 years into his sentence, Jim gets an unexpected visit from Elizabeth. She brings surprising news. As a doctor, she's been selected to move to Terra Nova, a prehistoric colony established 85 million years in the past. It's a chance to escape the dying world. The problem? Only Elizabeth, Josh, and Maddie are allowed to go. Zoe doesn't officially exist, and Jim is stuck in prison. But Elizabeth has a plan. She slips Jim a laser tool to cut through the prison barriers and urges him to be ready when the time comes. A few days later, Jim seizes his chance. He escapes, forges a new identity, and makes his way to the transportation facility. He also bribes a guard to smuggle Zoe inside a bag. As guards close in, Jim decides to stay behind. But at the last second, he bolts through the portal, leaping into the unknown. Miraculously, he makes it. On the other side, the family lands in Terra Nova, where they're greeted by Nathaniel, the settlement leader. Despite the rule violations, Nathaniel agrees to let Jim and Zoe stay, assigning Jim to work in agriculture. The family settles into their new life, amazed by the fresh air and vibrant landscapes. One day, Maddie shows Josh a probe she found, explaining it's confirmed that Terra Nova exists in an alternate timeline, meaning whatever they do here won't change the future they came from. Meanwhile, Josh befriends Sky, Tasha, Hunter, and Max. They form a tight group, but Josh quickly learns that Terra Nova holds its own secrets. One afternoon, while exploring beyond the gate, Sky shows Josh some strange carvings on rocks. She warns him that Nathaniel doesn't want anyone knowing about them. At the same time, a man detained at the settlement breaks free and tries to assassinate Nathaniel. Jim intervenes, saving Nathaniel, and as a reward, Nathaniel offers Jim a position on the security team. Not long after, Jim learns about the Sixers, a rogue group that splintered from Terra Nova. Led by Mira, they've been causing trouble since their arrival during the 6th pilgrimage. When a group of Sixers gets chased by vicious dinosaurs known as slashers, Jim and Nathaniel help them reach safety. Despite the chaos, Nathaniel and Mira manage to strike a tense deal involving medical supplies and meteoric iron. Life at Terra Nova remains unpredictable. One day, Josh and his friends find a secret spot to make drinks from local fruit. As they're hanging out, a group of Sixers spots their vehicle and steals the battery. Things go from bad to worse when a slasher attacks, killing some of the Sixers. Back at the settlement, Nathaniel realizes that one of the vehicles is missing. Jim and Elizabeth join a search party to find the kids. Meanwhile, Josh and his friends discover their car's battery is gone. When they try to signal for help, another slasher shows up, forcing them to hide in the damaged Sixer vehicle. After a tense night, they finally manage to call for backup. But as dawn breaks, the slashers regroup for another attack. Just when it seems hopeless, the search team arrives, driving the dinosaurs away. Back at Terra Nova, tensions continue to rise. Mira, the Sixers' leader, seems to know too much about the settlement's security. Jim suspects there's a spy within Terra Nova. Suspicion grows when Leah, a young girl from the Sixers camp, shows up claiming her parents are dead. Jim digs deeper and finds that Leah was forced to spy in exchange for her brother's safety. One night, an unexpected meteor strike creates an EMP, knocking out the settlement's power. Seizing the opportunity, the Sixers launch an attack using a massive dinosaur as a distraction. Jim realizes, too late, that it's all a setup. As the settlement scrambles to fend off the dinosaur, Mira sneaks inside to steal a mysterious object. Nathaniel finally confesses to Jim that his estranged son Lucas is likely behind the Sixers' aggressive moves. Lucas, a genius scientist, once attempted to build a two-way portal to exploit Terra Nova's resources. When his plans were foiled, he turned against his father and allied with Mira. The next few weeks turn into a game of cat and mouse as Jim and Nathaniel try to root out the spy within their ranks while preparing for Lucas's next move. When the final confrontation comes, it's a desperate battle to protect Terra Nova from being taken over. In the end, Jim and Nathaniel must make a tough choice: destroy the portal to cut off any future invasion, even if it means isolating themselves from Earth forever. As Terra Nova struggles to recover, the stakes grow higher. Nathaniel and Jim realize they must cut off the 22nd century influence once and for all. They hatch a desperate plan to destroy the portal and prevent any future invasions, even if it means trapping themselves in the past forever. Jim sneaks back into 2149 through the portal. Hidden in a supply crate, inside the futuristic facility, he releases a sedated dinosaur as a chaotic distraction, giving him enough time to plant explosives. As the dinosaur wreaks havoc, Jim activates the bomb and races back toward the portal, narrowly escaping as the explosion tears through Hope Plaza, severing the link between the two timelines. Back in Terra Nova, the settlers regroup, realizing they are now truly on their own. With the portal destroyed, they have no way to return to the future or receive any outside help. Despite this, they find a sense of hope as they stand together, ready to rebuild their new world. In a surprising twist, Nathaniel and his team stumble upon a mysterious 18th century ship's prow buried in the jungle. This unexpected discovery raises more questions about the history of time travel and the true nature of Terra Nova. As a meteor shower lights up the prehistoric sky, the settlers look to the future, determined to make their second chance count, even if it means facing whatever unknown challenges lie ahead.